Hello friends, welcome to the official YouTube page of Everest IAS Academy. So today we are going to discuss February 29, 2020 Hindu newspaper analysis from the UPSC Prelims 2020 point of view friends. Friends, if you are visiting our channel for the first time, kindly subscribe to our channel for regular updates on UPSC with the UPSC, TNPC and KS examination. So let's go into the video friends. So the first article which came in the headlines is growth slows to 4.7% in quarter 3. Bottomed out, says center. So basically friends, this already we know in our especially in case of India, we are experiencing a slowdown as of now. So slowdown is a condition in which there will be a reduction in growth rate in the country, and for every successive quarter now till recently GDP growth rate has been falling on a larger scale. So if you see friends, last year when the previous quarter it was actually like 5.6%, now it has fallen to 4.7% in the third quarterly report of this growth estimates. So this is actually going to have a serious impact upon all the sectors of the country. In addition, the main reason actually what this government side is saying is that the slump in the manufacturing sector only has led to actually a reduction in the growth rate. So but what the government is actually given an explanation to this means, what they are saying means, in the recently there has been uptick which is happening, some improvements have been happening in the core sector, so we can expect some positive prospects also, because government has went for reduction in the corporate tax rate from 30% to 25% for some categories and 22% for also other categories. So based upon that, the government will actually, they are expecting some growth will be happening from the private sector. But from the preliminary point of view friends, you should understand the basics of core sector. This we have already discussed in our previous videos also. In India there are 8 core sectors. So among the while calculating the index of industrial production, so they are friends coal, and then oil, and then gas, and then refineries. So these 4 are they are more or less on a similar lines, and then we have cement, and then steel, and then electricity, and then fertilizers. So these are the 8 core industries. So these are the industries. Why they are called as core industries means because these are used as a various raw materials in various other industries also, in the manufacturing and other industries. So that is why this core sector industry actually that determines the growth rate in the country on a larger scale. That's why the government is very optimistic that some positive uptick have been happening with respect to core sector. So soon we will expect some improvement with respect to the growth rate. And one more thing is, government is also saying that we are having some positive trends with respect to FDI, mining and agricultural also, and some improvement is also happening in rural areas. So next article is summer to be hotter than usual, says Indian Meteorological Department. So basically friends, due to the effects of climatic change, if you see across the world, the extreme events are happening. Either the summers are getting very hotter and winters are getting very colder. In this context only, our IMD also submitted a report. According to that, it is expecting that from the months of March to May, that is March, April and May, the IMD is expecting there will be a increase in temperature around 0.5 degrees Celsius to less than 1 degree Celsius only, and mostly this will be happening in northwestern India and then central India. So basically where the continentality locations are there they will be experiencing major this temperature increases. So northwest, western Indias and central Indias will be affected on a larger scale due to half a degree temperature rise will be happening. So next article is the editorial article friends. This is talks about regional bonding. Basically friends, recently previous Sri Lankan Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, he visited India. So that time he attended a conference. That time he talked about too much about 3 organizations in particular. One is the SARS, the second is the BIMSTEC organization, and then third one is this RCEP economic organization. So he has actually said that all these regional integration programs which India was previously part of, now actually India is not seriously participating in most of these organizations, as SARS organization meeting has been not happening after 2014, and BIMSTEC is also not taking the trade initiative to the next level, and recently India came out of this RCEP organization also. So the previous Sri Lankan Prime Minister, what he has said is that India should actually consider making a limited bilateral groupings involving India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, those countries, and it should go for free trade agreement. So this is the idea of this article friends. So he has actually blamed the main objective when we started the SARC in 1985. That time the main objective behind the SARC organization was to promote regional integration. So that time the main objective is like we will not consider the bilateral issues to be taken to the this kind of regional organizations. But now what is happening means because due to India-Pakistan tensions, due to this SARC has been made very standstill. So he has reported very critically on this front. So in addition to that, he has also said that government, what it has given a clarity to this particular statement is that it has made it very clear that in the short term we are not actually planning for any meeting with respect to like conducting the SARC summit. And second thing friends, with respect to this, actually like we are having some kind of problems also, which India is why India went out of this RCP organization and all means because India fears that because RCP is mainly dominated by China only, and it is looked as an organization which is an alternative to Western organizations like Western countries like USA only. Since China was playing a dominant role, India feared that by signing a free trade agreement, so lot of pumping of goods will happen from the especially from the Chinese side, and by India's manufacturing industries and MSME industries and even our agricultural farmers will be affected when it's such a flooding or dumping is happening from the Chinese side. So this is the reason we have actually like now looking only for bilateral deals only rather than actually going and signing any multilateral trade pacts. And one more thing is why India is very cautious means actually like what this particular Sri Lankan Prime Minister is also saying in India means now India when it considers surrounding neighbors, actually like it is actually having a trade surplus India, but all the neighboring countries which are around India, they are having with respect to trade relation with India, they are having a large trade deficit. And regarding this, India if it is giving some concessions to the small neighboring countries means it will be actually like it will make a very positive impact, he has said. So let's go and study the basics of all these organizations friends, which is very important for the preliminary examination. So basically SARS consists of 8-member organization, and this was founded in 1985 only, and its headquarters is secretariat is located in Kathmandu in Nepal. So the main objective behind forming the SARC organization is actually like to promote regional integration only. That's the idea. So here we have included South Asian countries only. So it consists of India, and then Afghanistan has been added very recently only, and Bangladesh is the member, and then we have the Sri Lanka, and then we have Nepal, Bhutan. So these are the 8-member countries friends who are like part of this SARC organization. And actually like this SARC organization actually it represents 3% of the world's area and 21% of the world's population. And in this SARC organization even Maldives is also included. So if you like with the help of a map, if you read the total number of member countries friends, it will be actually like very useful, because on the western side we have Pakistan and Afghanistan. So those are the 2 countries, and inside unlike India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, these are the another 4 countries within the nearest land boundary of India, and in the maritime we have Sri Lanka and Maldives. So these are the 8 organizations. So kindly remember this friends, in the preliminary examination we can expect one question from this area. And second organization is Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral and Technical and Economic Organization. So basically this organization is also about promoting economic cooperation in the Bay of Bengal region only. So in this actually there are 7 member countries who are part of this BIMSTEC organization. So its headquarters is actually located in Dhaka, that is in Bangladesh friends. So kindly remember the member organization also. So it includes India, and then also within India actually like Bangladesh is included. So basically try to whichever area is coming in the Bay of Bengal region friends, kindly remember those are the states will be covered under that. So it includes India and Bangladesh, because Bangladesh also shares its border with Bay of Bengal, maritime border, and then Myanmar is also having that, and then Sri Lanka of course we know. And then in the Southeast Asian countries, kindly remember only country which is included in the Southeast Asian countries is actually like one is Myanmar, and then final one is the Thailand. So these are the 2 countries, and then we have Nepal and Bhutan. So these are the actually like 7 organizations who have included in BIMSTEC. Kindly remember Nepal and Bhutan, although they don't have any direct maritime boundary with the Bay of Bengal region, but they have included under this organization to promote mainly economic related developments. So third organization is this RCP organization friends. Previously what happened is that there were actually 16 member countries, and India was also one among the member countries. And recently in the last meeting which happened in Thailand, that time actually like India came out of this organization, and currently there are only 15 member countries. So this also you can understand with the help of a map friends. So basically it consists of actually like all the Southeast Asian countries. There are 5 Southeast Asian countries basically: Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and then Vietnam. So these are the 5 member countries. And then we have the Malaysia, and then Brunei, Philippines, and then Indonesia. So these are the, and then Singapore. So these are the another 5 organizations. So we have 5 plus 5, 10 organizations here, and then we have the, like previously India was also there. So India, China, and then we have the Japan, and then South Korea, and then down we have the Australia and New Zealand. So these are the 16 member countries who were previously part of this organization, and currently India came out of this organization. So now we are only having 15 member countries who are part of this organization. So its objective is to promote actually like free trade, like better free trade agreement in the Asia Pacific regions only. So if you see friends, in the world scale, actually like it accounted for around actually like half of the world's population only, these 16 member countries, but now only 15 countries are there, as we have discussed, and even it contributes 30% of the world's GDP. So next article is President gives nod for delimitation in northeastern states. So basically friends, there is a commission called Delimitation Commission, and under the Delimitation Commission in a state, actually like it will fix the boundaries of the actually the constituencies for the elections. So and this will be done only by the Delimitation Commission only, and recently President of India has given consent to conduct this delimitation exercise in the northeastern states, specifically Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur and Nagaland. So these are the 4 states where the delimitation exercise is going to happen. Previously only this exercise was about to happen friends, but that time it was not conducted. The reason being because there was a threat to public law and order and lot of insurgent activities. Now due to various peace deal which has been like the government has signed with Bodo groups as well as with even various Naga groups also, now the government is thinking the situation is very fertile to go ahead with this particular exercise, and in this exercise we will be conducting this exercise based upon 2001 census like population data only. So let's go and study the basics of Delimitation Commission friends. So it is also called as Boundary Commission of India. So it is established based upon Delimitation Commission Act only. So in addition to that friends, as we have discussed, it will actually redraw the boundaries of various assembly as well as state assembly as well as parliamentary Lok Sabha constituencies. Based upon the recent census, it will identify the territorial boundaries of the constituencies based upon population. So one more thing is, whatever order it is giving, report it is publishing, it cannot be challenged in any court of law. That's why this is very important for preliminary examination friends. So whatever it is giving, that order is going to be final, and even modifications are not even permitted in this, and the final order will be like submitted before the state legislative assemblies as well as before the Lok Sabha. So till now, if you see friends, in case of India, the Delimitation Commission has been done only for 4 times this exercise. One is 1952, immediately after like independence, then 1963, then 73, final one we have done in 2002. Then this article, WHO raises global risk of virus to very high. So basically friends, already like this novel coronavirus or COVID-19 as we say, it has been declared as public health emergency of international concern, and it has been placed under the risk category. Now WHO has actually classified it to be a very risky category, because it is actually like till now it has been under the category of epidemic only. Now actually like WHO is thinking to consider like to reclassify it as a pandemic disease. So let's go and study the basics of epidemic and pandemic in this video only. So before that, in this article, now novel coronavirus has extended and it is making an appearance in sub-Saharan African regions also, and upon the stock markets also it is having a huge impact. Even many of the manufacturing sectors have been affected in case of China also. So world trade also it is having a very big effect. So that's why the WHO is thinking to consider like declaring it as a very risky category virus. But if you see friends, there is a difference between this epidemic and pandemic. Epidemic is one, suppose a virus is a disease is originating, and if it is moving little out of control, then that out of control state we call it as epidemic. So that is the origin point where it is moving out of control such that we don't find any treatment facility. So this disease originated in Wuhan area in Hubei province of China. So that time it was like we didn't have any vaccines to treat that. It was in an uncontrollable state. So WHO immediately declared it as an epidemic disease. Now it is thinking to classify it as a pandemic, whereas pandemic is a disease in which the disease either it will be limited throughout, suppose in India means it will be like spreading throughout India, or like across the world it will spread. So this geographical spread only, this particular condition we call it as pandemic. Next article is Chinese ban on shipments via sea hits auto sector. So basically this article is also coming in the backdrop of novel coronavirus. So due to the effects of novel coronavirus or COVID-19, in case of China actually, lot of manufacturing sectors has come to a halt, and even now China is actually like not promoting any maritime trade, especially due to this coronavirus effect. Only air shipments has been happening, and in the air shipments actually we cannot able to transfer such a large amount of automobile spare parts, which actually like India is importing around 27% of its Indian automobile components from China only. And now actually like our Indian automobiles are actually running out of a deficit of these raw materials, and our automobile sector is now actually getting affected by this problem. In addition to that, friends, our government is also planning to come up with BS6 exercise, Bharat Standard Norm 6 exercise for reducing pollutions of nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide and particulate matters in the country. So for that we have actually like already the Supreme Court has given a judgment saying to go for two things. One, they have to go for it, refining fuel they have to change, and engine also in the automobiles they have to change. For this also we need the BS6 standard engines. That also we need to import from China only. This is also the reason in which India is getting affected. So thank you friends. If you like our video, kindly subscribe to our channel. If you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section.